Hello everybody, welcome back to Bedrock Survival with Fix, episode 165. That means it's a world download day for patrons and YouTube members. You can grab that on Discord if you haven't already by the time this episode comes out. Let's take a look at what is going on here now. So Dockside, the area of town that we're calling Dockside, is coming along swimmingly. I really like it. You can't really see it from here, but we have a bunch of docks right in the water if you missed last episode. That's going to make a big difference in the city, and I'm really happy about it. I think it's going to be really cool. Old Town has been rehabbed successfully, I think, and it looks pretty good. There's some farmland here that is looking a mixture of, I think, over here really good, over here kind of good. And over there, I think, actually quite nice, but this is the area I want to work on today. I want to head over sort of towards the iron farm, towards the diorite castle, and I want to get some work done there because I have an idea. You see this land that is in between the lake right here and the cropland? It's just sort of like empty land, and I was thinking about what we can do with that. And I think maybe a little tiny, I don't know, hamlet, grove, tiny area of some sort, something could be a really cool, awesome little thing right here. That's going to be the plan anyway. We're going to go right in this area. Now, I set up these things right here because from this point on, no beds and no workstations, okay? Because that gets too close. This is a big buffer. Like 100 blocks is actually about here-ish. So, and I believe I need 100 blocks. So I made a big, nice 10 or 12 block buffer, so we should be good there. So I want to work on this area. I want to work from between the road and the water down here and just sort of set up some stuff and build some little, I'm talking really little houses. Like I'm talking 5x5 or maybe like 10x5 sort of range. I have kind of a design that I want to go with. I want to go with some grass roofs. I think it'll be really cool. I think it'll be a really fun, different way to change up and say these people down here, maybe they use the earth to heat up their places, and there is such a thing as pressed earth, I think is what it's called, or earth bag housing. I actually, my wife and I very briefly talked about maybe eventually building a cabin, and that was an idea I really looked into. I really looked in these earth bag cabins. It's like earth bag, and then you put like sort of adobe thatch over it. It's really cool, and it's very affordable, and it's sustainable because it keeps the cool air in the summer and keeps the hot air in the winter. And so what I'm thinking is doing something kind of like that here. Now I did do some Google images, so I'm not going to be coming up on this with this 100% on my own. Some of this is going to come from some just rando images that I found online. I wish I could give credit, but a lot of that stuff has sort of been posted and reposted, and I found some on Pinterest, and there's no way to know who did. I couldn't tell. I actually spent some time looking and couldn't really figure it out. So sorry I can't give credit. I sure would like to, but I just don't know how. So here's going to be my main palette for this entire little tiny village here is just this, and I'm going to lay it out. We're going to do some of this together here. Do I have any? I really need a cow. I had to kill another of those pillager flag bearer dudes, so I have my empty bucket here on my hot bearer just so I can find a cow when one eventually spawns. So what I want to do is I want to leave some land, I think, for this river. This river is very small. All these rivers, all Minecraft rivers, they're way too small. So before we even get any further, there's this really nice lake here. Should I expand this river first? Maybe not, because I could always expand over on that side if I wanted to later. So let's just do it right here. So here is what we're going to do. We're going to go 1, and then we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to go here, like that, I think. So I think this first house is going to be a 5x5 house, super tiny. And then I think what we'll do is we'll build like maybe 5 or 6 of them around here, and then sort of decide how it's going from there. So let me grab my picture here that I'm kind of looking at and work up some of this, and I'll come back and show you. So, I'm always on the cutting edge of Minecraft building techniques here. So it was really killing me that I couldn't give credit where credit's due for taking this design and starting with it before I start modifying it and making it a little bit my own. And I realized that it's from a video from someone named Captain Fox from 5 years ago. So from 5 years ago. But yeah, so I took this house down, and it's not quite done. We need a little bit of detail, but this is going to be the basic idea of the house. And I think it's cool. It's so tiny. It's so puny and tiny. And I think it's going to be a really nice change for this entire world, because this world has so many huge, massive, epic, giant builds. It's going to be really nice to have some a village here that's actually just really small. So that's going to be the idea here. We're going with this really little cottage area sort of thing. And I'm going to build maybe, I don't know, like 7 or 8 of them around here. Maybe some might be double size. Maybe double size, maybe a tower here or there, something like that. But I want this all to be very small, and it's going to be very, very wooded. I talked a while ago about the challenges of building in a area that's all the same area, because, you don't always want to see every single kingdom from every single vantage point, right? You want to have it separated a little bit. So how am I going to separate this? Because you can clearly see this from here to up there to over, you know what I mean? Like this is kind of stuck out in the middle. There's no real natural barriers between things. And so I'm going to basically build some big trees that are going to basically cover this entire area in trees. That's going to be the idea. So now the next thing I do, this is a building block. The next thing I do here, other than, a little bit more detail. So let's do that. Yeah, let's do that together. I never build on camera. Let's do that, a little bit of that together here, and dump a couple of these things. And I need to make just a few fences. So we'll do that, make some of that, and I guess we'll do that. And can I just do this? Now, the other thing I'm thinking about is I'm thinking about palette. Do I want every house here to be oak, or do I want to use different woods? I'm kind of leaning on maybe 2 woods. Like maybe I should use oak and boy, I don't want to use birch. Birch is so rough. Birch is so rough because of the log. I could use birch planks and maybe a different log, maybe even oak log. Maybe? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to think it through, and I may need to sort of see it in action a little bit as well, just to really get a good feel for how it's laying out and all that kind of stuff. The other thing that I might want to try is this. Can I put that there? Yeah, that's kind of nice, right? That's kind of nice. And then if I wanted to, what I could do is I could do a flower box there, but I think I'd probably end up doing a flower box here. Again, this will be extremely nature-y, right? So since this will be so nature-y, flower boxes and things like that are going to be really, really good. Yeah, I like it. I like the grass roof, the sort of, it's a little bit rough and tumble, but it's still very small. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And there's a lot more detail that, again, we can add with time. But I want to do a template first before I go crazy and build a whole bunch more houses. Now, the next thing I'm going to do before I get any further with this is I'm going to have to lay out the roads. That's what we do here. We always lay out the roads first. We always starting like last house, but that's okay. Now we have a system. So we'll lay out the road. It almost kind of doesn't really matter where the roads are. It just matters that they're there, and then we'll build around it, right? So something like this, that means there could be a little house here. I want to leave lots of spaces for nature. So maybe we'll do one that kind of comes up from here and kind of circles over up. Do I have any more grass? Yeah, Enderman, I think. Enderman keeps stealing my blocks, man. Okay. There we go. So there, now we have that. And then what we'll do is we'll run one more main thoroughfare down here, sort of along the river side, and connect it over to right. Oh, yeah. Okay. This juts out there. That's kind of nice here. Yeah, maybe we'll go right to here. Maybe. All depends. But and then again, we'll texture up this as well. But this is gonna be the size of this new little village area. And I think it's gonna be really cool to just build some really tiny little stuff. It looks a little stumpy right now because it's down a block from here. I guess it is a little stumpy. Maybe some I'll bring up, 3 blocks, and some 2. Yeah, that could be kind of cool. All right, then, let's take a look around. You know, having a persistent world like this, where I'm just going to stay in the same general area, like, forever and for all time, it makes you think of things a little bit differently. Like, you can't just go cut down trees. You know, if you take down a forest, you got to know sort of what is going to happen next. And I've actually taken down all the oak areas of, you know, where I need to be done. So I'm just starting in on this area. Let me just give you a little fly up and show you where I'm talking about right now. Because this area, this is going to be primarily farmland outside these city walls. So there's this area right here, and that leads in between this new area and the fishing village over there. So I don't know what this is going to be, but I'm cutting down the trees, so we'll find out eventually. Now you can see I've built up some houses, and I think they're pretty nice. I like this. It's so different. You know, it's so different. Definitely having these tiny little houses, all set very similar style. That's kind of sort of the new way I'm doing things over here in this world, where each little section of the world is going to have a consistent style, and I think it's cool because, you know, Old Town is very rando and weird, but that kind of makes sense because that's where people first lived here, and that's very old. So that's kind of how that city would develop. The newer area, Dockside over there, is a much more consistent. Like, you can tell it was kind of built sort of in the same time frame. Same with like the fishing village, same with the area of it's over at Spawn, and now this area too, which I think is kind of cool. I need a good name for this little village. So if you have a name for this, leave it in a comment down below. That would be really terrific. So yeah, so this is the general basic plan, and I have, let's see, I have these, and I actually ran out of oak again, so I was just over there farming up some oak. And in fact, what I'm going to do while I'm waiting here is I'm going to kind of figure out where I want a couple of these really big oak trees to grow, because it takes them a really long time, like a long in-game time to actually grow. So, you know, I want to sort of get those saplings up on some dirt blocks up in the air and then get those rolling, because I think I'm going to need a lot. And if I hate it, I'll just take it down. It's no big deal. But if I don't do it and then I wait, then I'm going to be into like an AFK all night sort of situation, and I don't really want to get into that. So that's going to be the basic plan. We're going to kind of figure out where a couple of these really big trees are going to go. Like definitely up here, definitely along the road for sure. Like the main road, like here. It's hard to believe this is a main road, but yeah, this main road, like all along here, will definitely have dotted, you know, big trees. Maybe not even dotted, maybe a lot along the water there. And then what we'll do is in between, this is where we'll have little mini crop fields, like not like wheat or potatoes, but I'm thinking like the double high flowers and berry bushes, things like that, things that are going to be nice and colorful for right inside the village. My idea for this village is I want to have it mostly shaded, and I know like there's no shade, it's very bright right here, but I think having this a very shaded sort of I don't mean dreary, but like what am I trying to think of? Shaded and homey, cozy, nice and cool atmosphere. I just think that's going to make a big difference. So I got a couple houses here to finish. I'm going to finish up these three. I'm going to plant a bunch of these trees, like a ton of them. And then maybe work on the path, so I'm waiting for the trees to grow, I guess. But yikes, it's going to take a while. I did a live stream between last episode, or between last clip and this clip, and yeah, we did a bunch of work. It was like a 3-hour long live stream, so a special thank you for everyone who came out and did. And you got a special little preview of the world as it stands now, and you can just see this area is starting to look a little bit nicer here. I still have these floating trees here. I'm gonna work on these trees next, but I wanted to bring you in just so it's not like completely shocking when you see, you know, the finished product here in this little town. Yeah, it's really cool. I really like it. I like it a lot. So just tried to make it, you know, really nice and shaded. And this area I haven't touched very clearly, but this area over here I started to, where I'm doing these little farms and using a combination of all the different spruce woods, like the logs and the planks and the double slabs and I don't even know what else, and the leaves and the fences, and just putting in like little farms where they grow these rando things here, you know. This one here I think is actually quite nice, probably my nicest one here. And you know, little houses. The houses don't have anything, but at least they have floors and ceilings, so that's good. And then you can just walk right up here, follow the little road along. You'll see there's a little wheat field. These are all little. They're all meant to be very little, intimate little farms and houses. Everything's little in this one tiny little area here. I think it's kind of cool. Before we get into doing anything else, let's just fly it just so you can get an idea of the footprint of the general size. It's just this. It's just this little sliver of land right here. And if you come over here, you'll see a view that I'm pretty excited about what it's going to be. You know, once I get this sort of river detailed out and made really nice. Oh, I mean, just imagine this is going to be a very cool little place too. And I really like the idea of going with the grass roofs, just something a little different for this area. And it allows for these people who might want some insulation. I think I'm going to go with chimneys, though, as well. But maybe they use the earth for insulation. That could be a really cool little thing. So I went and grabbed some underground crops from over there. And I have carrots and beetroot and seeds and potatoes. And I just want to set up a little farm. So, like, for example, this farm over here might end up being carrot farm. And then over there, maybe a beetroot farm. Maybe they're a mixture. Maybe they're wheat, whatever. They're all just supposed to be little. Some will be these flowers, especially the two tall flowers. I think they look a lot nicer. And, yeah, one thing I did learn, because I went in and redid it, is in the flower ones particularly, make them dirt and not grass. The first one I did this one, it was all grass. And it was just kind of weird. Like, it didn't... Then I bone mealed the crap out of it and tried to get it to look like a green bone meal lush thing, and it didn't look quite right. So then whenever I changed and brought in the podzo and the coarse dirt, all of a sudden I was like, oh yeah, that's what I'm really going for there. So the only other thing of note here to really discuss before I break away and do the trees and a couple more little farms here is this house right here. This house, just due to the landscaping and the way it is, I couldn't put the entrance up here, which is probably where I would have put it. So I had to put it either here or over here. And I thought, well, it'd be kind of cool to have like a walkway. So we're going to do a bit of an overgrown little walkway. Maybe this is where the mayor of this little... I just noticed now that I can't do that. Okay. Oh yeah, you can't duck. I was going to say, well, I could duck, but yeah, you can't duck in Bedrock. So we'll fix that. We'll fix that up in a little bit, but we'll just have to make sure that these trees sort of go over that side of the deck. But I think it's cool. You can just see how just sort of dark, but like happy dark, not like scary, monstery dark. You know what I mean? But like just cozy. It's a cozy little village. That's actually what it is. It's a cozy little village. All right. Well, I'm gonna sleep and get some work done. I'll see you on the other side. I think I'm going to have to put a cap in this episode. Man, I could work in this little town area forever. And I think probably what we'll do is we'll just pick up next episode right here again, because I just keep seeing more things and just adding more things and whatever. But I've been working hard on these trees for the last, like hour or two, maybe, like quite a bit. And I think the trees are coming along. I think that as we live here, a few leaves here and there will despawn and need to be sort of addressed. But yeah, generally it's okay. You have these nice overhanging trees. I think generally I do like to take it off the not sitting on the log, because I like there to be a little bit of gap there. I think that kind of helps. It just helps to, I don't know, make you really see the tree trunks and all that kind of stuff. Looks nice. But yeah, you can walk through this town now. It's quite good. I can take these guys down here. Let's get rid of these. And if you look along the river, we have an episode coming that's going to be sort of this river base sort of area, maybe even a road that's going to connect over by the fishing village or the mountain. And yeah, you can just walk through here. I feel like this is a super... Why and how? Oh, because there are grass roofs up there. I'm going to get mobs to spawn on top of the houses. Oh, that's so funny. I never even thought about that. But yeah, you can just walk down here. You just start to feel immersed. Like, I think this is a really nice little area. I feel awesome. Like, I love the views. Oh, man. If that's not the thumbnail, I don't know what is. I just want to grab a picture of that right now. Beautiful. So yeah, and you can just walk down here. You see these little flower gardens that are just super nice, and up here this is going to be a little farm here. Oh, I forgot. Okay, I forgot one. All the rest, I missed this one. I missed this one tree. That's okay, we'll do it next. Oh, 2 trees. I missed this tree too. Oh man, so many trees. These trees take forever. They take forever, but that's all right. It's still fun to do. Like, we can do a little garden, like right in this little area, maybe a big one over here. I just want every single inch of this village to be full So like when you're walking through it, like when you're walking here, you're just going to feel like you live in this tiny little village of, looking for a name in the comment. Okay. That's even though we're all in the same area, quite obviously, I still want to name this something, so let's come up with a great name and we'll go with that. But that is going to wrap it up for me today. Let me swing back over to the castle and grab a question or comment of the day. I can't forget. This comment comes from the great Drama Smith Dreams, current Realm of Vasten member, and just wonderful builder, YouTube, and just a super kind, like considerate, wonderful person. Really a gem. So go subscribe to Drama. I will put her channel in the description down below. If you're not subscribed and you want some great tutorials on some building and just some great fun building let's plays, go check out Drama. But episode 161, this was the first episode of the Diagonal Castle. It says you're overcritical and overthinking. It looks great. Doesn't look like a circle. The spires are good. They look balanced. Good height and graduation of width. See what I'm saying? She knows all these like building terms. Diagonal building was a great challenge and you really pulled it off. Thank you, Drama. It was a great challenge. Let me go sleep. It was a great challenge. It was a great challenge, and I'm not done with it yet. Like not at all, not by a long shot. In fact, actually, I think we'll do next episode. We'll work here on the Diagonal Castle. Then we'll go back to the little village after that. But yeah, it was a great challenge, and I really am enjoying it. And when I look at it, I feel really good about it. Like I feel like, oh wow, that was a cool cool achievement, right? Like good job, me. I said it to myself. But yeah, I think it turned out really well. I was kind of down on it after the first episode, as often happens to me on builds, is because I'm like, the first episode is not detailed at all. It doesn't look good. And you're like, uh-oh, this doesn't look good. What have I done? But then, you hang with it for a little while and all of a sudden it starts to really make sense. And yeah, I've become a believer in it myself. And yeah, I really like it. In fact, I'm kind of excited. I think I want to work on this courtyard area next episode, which we will do. So thanks for spending part of your day with me. Look at that area in front of the Direct Castle. Oh, it's so nice. Love it. I'll see you all next episode from Bedrock Survival with Fix. Love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.